Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I am your girl, Taria. Thank you so much for coming back to watch another YouTube video for WeGo Podcast, AKA What Else is Going On podcast. So, listen, I wanted to bang my head up against the wall. Okay. First, give me 1 second. I truly want to shout out Teflon Butterfly 536. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Um, I truly appreciate you because last night I thought I was doing something. I posted my rideshare rants video. Then I came back later and said I'm gonna do the other video I been wanting to do. Did a whole nother video. Didn't think anything of it. Noticed that when I was done my video, I had moved my mic and the button was blinking. I was like, oh, I just turned my mute on and off by accident, like when I wasn't recording. Ooh, only for Teflon Butterfly 536 to let me know. By the way, boo, you was mute half the video. And it just so happened I posted that, watched a little bit of TV with Corey, went upstairs, went to bed, and woke up. Like I fell asleep in the bed, well, like you're supposed to. Woke up and I went to go put my phone. Oh, I wanted to make sure my phone was charging because it died and it wasn't charging. And I was like, oh, so I turned it on. And I always go through my apps just to get rid of the notifications. I hate seeing like the numbers, like 1 here, 5 here, whatever. So I went to YouTube and saw that comment and was like, I can't believe I did that. So I just deleted the video. So here I am, back like I never left. And I'm going to do the video again, but I'm going to break it up in more than one video. So if you watch this video and go, Taria, didn't you already talk about that? Mm-hmm. Some of it may have been on mute. Some of it you may have actually heard. So we just going to do it all over again. I thought, well, I'll take the other video and the part that you could hear, I'll crop that out and then add this other part. I'm not doing all that. And I'm not asking Corey to do all that. I'm just going to make it over. So we going to make it over, y'all. All right, let's get into these topics again. First up, um, thoughts, prayers, strength, everything goes out to Miss Mariah Carey. By now, we all know probably that Mariah Carey revealed that her mom, Patricia, and sister Allison both passed away on the same day. This is according to the Jasmine brand. Sad news, Mariah Carey's mother, Patricia Carey, and her sister, Allison Carey, passed away over the weekend on the same day. Details surrounding their deaths are limited at this time. However, Mariah Carey confirmed the tragic news with People. She expressed, my heart is broken that I've lost my mother this past weekend. Sadly, in a tragic turn of events, my sister lost her life on the same day. I feel blessed that I was able to spend the last week with my mom before she passed. I appreciate everyone's love and support and respect for my privacy during this impossible time. Um, in her statement, she said she was grateful to be able to spend the week before her mom passed with her because her and her mom had an estranged, up and down rather, relationship, as well as her and her sister. In her 2020 memoir, Mariah touches on her complicated relationship with her mom, writing, like many aspects of my life, my journey with my mother has been full of contradictions and competing realities. It's never been only black and white. It's been a whole rainbow of emotions. It's no secret that Mariah had a strained relationship with her sister also in February 2021. Allison Carey sued the Grammy Award winner for 1.25 million over claims made in her memoir. In the chapter Dandelion Tea, Mariah alleges that Allison Carey gave her drugs when she was only 12, allegations that Allison had denied. So, she was able to spend that time with her mom. We don't know about her sister, but either way, clearly she's impacted by this loss both on the same day. So just thoughts and prayers of strength, and keeping her sanity, just my heart goes out to Mariah. I have been a butterfly since the beginning. And funny thing is, even before Mariah Carey, when I was younger, I loved butterflies. And my other podcast that's been on hiatus for like 3 years, it's called Tales from a Butterfly. So I'm fascinated by butterflies, but also the cocooning part, like the caterpillar part, what's before the butterfly, because everybody wants to be a butterfly, but nobody talks about or wants to be the caterpillar, right? So, but anyway, then Mariah comes out, and I have loved Mariah from the time she came out, like loved her. So, again, my heart just goes out to her. So let's, keep her in our thoughts. Moving on, let's get into, this is what I had covered yesterday also. But guess what? We're going to get into it again. Let's talk about Trina Braxton and her husband. Now, yesterday I played one long video. Today it's going to be the same video broken up in 3 parts, but then I just saw an additional video, a video after the fact. So the video I'm about to play, you guys have probably seen the clips of Trina Braxton and her husband, right? And someone on Twitter said, for context, they said this happened in the first year and they overcame it. In a prior interview, Trina said she was talking to Gabe Daly, so the issue started there. Then when he passed, it's like, now I have to see her grieving this other man. Either way, let's get into the clip that has been circulating, because I really wanted y'all's opinions on this. All right, here we go. What am I doing? Child, what is happening? Okay, there we go.
So like she was punished for grieving. And that was absolutely true. Yeah, I was angry because, and since we're having this conversation, and here's the thing, this wasn't my idea. Mm-hmm. She asked me if we would talk about this tonight. I did. And anybody that knows me knows that I don't bite my tongue because I don't really care what people think of me. Mm-hmm. So I'm just going to say it. If you want my honest opinion, yes, I don't see a lot of difference between the way you grieved for Tracy and Gabe. It looked the same to me. There was a little more heat behind Tracy, of course, because it's your sister. But it didn't, to me, and I had nothing to measure it against when Gabe died, so I didn't know anything, but I knew I didn't like it. Because to me, the grief seemed too strong for someone you'd had all those problems with. That's my opinion, because that's the way I look at the world. Now we had a number of conversations about it. We had a number of arguments about it. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until Tracy passed and I had time to reflect, probably sitting, on a mountain somewhere by myself. And I'm like, you know what? Those two grieving.
All right, let's go to the next one.
And that made me angry. So to me, the grief looked like you still had real strong feelings for the dude. And which made me think, well, what am I doing here? And this is in the moment. We're talking in 2018. We were a year in when this happened. We were a little over a year in when it happened, but it just, I didn't like any parts of it. Now, you can't tell anybody how to grieve. Nope, I wasn't. I was just I wasn't trying to tell her, you need to grieve this way. I was just saying, from my perspective, it just looked to be a bit much. And I felt that way then, and I feel that way now. But you have to do things the way you see.
But I still felt like when you knew that when Bio Dad was absent and he didn't have any children of his own, and he was the one who raised and cared for.
Are you saying this for them?
I'm saying this for you.
But you can't say it for me, because here's the thing. I had no problem with that guy. There was no jealousy. There was nothing, because the moment you told me that he was sick, what did I do? The moment
you found out that he was sick, you were like, I have these remedies. I need you to, yes, these doctors I can help him with. Yes, absolutely.
Got you on the phone with him and got him on the phone with him.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely
tell the whole story.
But I am. But you didn't give me.
She can't even talk.
You took the time out to say what you need to say, so it was.
Enough. Because
she didn't do it quickly enough.
The moment that Vaughn found out, he went into help mode, because I'll help anybody. So there was no jealousy or anything. I never had any interactions.
I didn't say that.
No, I didn't say that. No, you did. I did come up in an argument one time. There was no jealousy. There was nothing. I had no ill feelings towards the dude. That came in my witnessing or watching the grieving process. That's when it became a problem. So
he didn't have a problem until she started
you just
grieving
gonna sit
him.
there?
Wait, what do you mean?
So y'all hear him? He said you just gonna sit there.
TV show host, and you're just letting dead space. You're not saying anything.
No, it's not that I'm saying that space. I'm allowing you to say how you feel,
You are.
because when I did say something, it was.
But because you were wrong.
And I can't speak for you. I can't speak for you. But there are a lot of people who are going through this type of situation, and they're going through it.
Who's going through this situation?
Somebody, because we are not exempt. We go through the same stuff that everybody else goes through. But
this is but here's the thing. It was a unique situation because it wasn't a one-off. It wasn't a one-off. I've never met anybody who was best friends with their ex. That was a new circumstance. I didn't even know that paradigm existed in the world. I had to deal with my ex because we had 3 children together, and I had to talk to her almost every day. And as the kids got older,
raised
that
her
weaned
children.
off, And so it wasn't just that. It wasn't just that you were mourning him. It was the fact that you had an ongoing relationship with him that I couldn't process because I've never seen it. Now, just because I don't understand it doesn't mean that it doesn't have a right to exist. So I'm smart enough to know that different people do things differently. I'm just saying in my lifetime, I'd never seen 2 people who were married, had a terrible divorce, and then became best friends. That was some new shit to me. That's all I said. And to this date, I still haven't seen it again.
Well, we made better friends.
You said that.
He literally raised.
He did. He's a good dude.
Yeah, he literally raised the children. And
he went to bat for those kids when
Yes.
nobody else would. He taught them how to be men when there was nobody else to do it. He was a good, solid human. My problem wasn't with that dude. It wasn't with him at all. Oh, you know what we're missing? We don't have the...
All right, so there's that one. And then this is after, what I'm about to pull up for y'all now is after that.
My second husband and I, after our divorce, we still became very good friends.
Yeah.
And I mean, can we have this conversation?
I've
Or
already started it. You have to finish it now. Yeah.
okay, so it got into a point to where we were talking very often, almost daily. Okay, daggone it, daily. And he had a problem with it. And in my mind, I'm like, well, we're not doing anything wrong. We're not saying anything wrong. We're not talking about our past. We're not talking about anything sexual. We're not talking about, inappropriate things. But he's like, look, if you find that you need to talk to this dude every day, why are you not still with him? Why am I here?
Right. Make a choice.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right. Make a choice. That's simple.
But-
and the point of contention came because that honesty I gave her, I didn't get right up front. It took a minute. When
So
I
you
found out,
didn't
I'm
know
like,
they were still talking.
And I'm like,
wait.
No, I knew. But when I found out the frequency, I'm like, that's a little bit different than because I spoke to my ex-wife because we had kids. So I'm like, okay, maybe talk every 2-3 weeks or something like that. I didn't know it was that frequent. I'm like,
That's a big negative, soldier. That's a big negative, soldier. I'm saying that I told him we spoke often.
but right, and okay, hold on. She did. But that my often was every 3 weeks.
Okay,
You know
got
what
it.
I mean? So she
Right.
did say that.
Got it.
So I'm like, every 3-4 weeks, yeah, that's because to me, speaking to an ex that much is often.
Did you ever think, but if she really wanted him, she'd have still been married to him?
It was
Oompa doopala.
no, but it's either and that so y'all come from the same school. So
No, we really don't.
Okay,
I agree with you, but I'm
saying-
just being devil's
no,
advocate.
but
I
I'm
do,
saying-
Trina. I agree with him.
But-
I wouldn't want him talking to his
We
ex-wife every
would
day.
go further into this, but let him get in here.
But I understood that, but it wasn't about that because it's like I'm a things are going to be fair and they're going to be equal, which is something she's not used to. So she's used to doing whatever, but the rules are different for the guys.
So you didn't care. You
The
were like, I don't
rules,
care
honey.
that you're Trina Braxton.
rules are
I don't
different.
care about
No,
the
this is how
celebrity.
it's going to be with me.
I can be with you or not be
This
with
is
you.
going to be how it's going to be with me. I'm not going to say what I said, but there's a bunch of dudes that'll let you do whatever you want.
Right.
You need to go find one of them. Because with me, it doesn't work that way. And you just make a choice.
All right. So we have seen all of the videos. What do y'all think? Because I'm going to tell you, he wouldn't even let her finish a thought. And for me, this is just my opinion. I felt like she was talking on eggshells around him, not even just walking, talking on eggshells. And then the way she's just going to leave dead air. She probably trying, and I guarantee you, she was trying to get her thoughts together so that she could hopefully get them all out. And that's another thing. When she started talking about how when bio dad wasn't there, he raised the kids. Some of her grieving, when you get a divorce, they say divorce is like a death, right? So we watched Trina and Gabe play out on TV. We watched them come on married, kind of go apart, come back together, renew their vows, and then break up. So we watched Trina grieve her marriage to Gabe. I believe by the time he passed away, she was grieving her friend, not grieving their marriage or what was of their marriage, but grieving their friend, and also grieving the loss of the only father figure that her sons have ever known. So she probably took on their grief as well as a mother. So when she started to talk about how he raised the kids, I feel like she was going, or could possibly have been going there with it. But because he was quick to cut her off, yeah, he was a good guy. He stepped in, for the kids. Let her finish a thought. And I find that he does that on the cooking YouTube, the YouTube cooking videos that they have now. I know we're only seeing a piece of their life. Seems like we're seeing that one piece frequently in their interactions. So I know that you can't always judge or tell how a person is in relation, because it could seem like one thing, and it could be some of that, but then there could be a whole other part of that person and how they treat their spouse we don't see, right? But for me, he gives me it's my way or the highway, and everybody needs to be quiet, my wife, when I listen, because these are my rules, and this is how we're going to conduct ourselves within this relationship. And if you don't want it, that's cool. Go find somebody else. I don't know. He just it just rubbed me the wrong way, especially the first 3 snippets that we watched. But y'all let me know what y'all think. I was going to say, let me know if you think I'm reading it wrong. That's just my opinion, but let me know what y'all's opinion are. I just did not like that at all. And then she's grieving her sister. And you literally admitted that you punished her because it reminded you of her grieving for Gabe, because you felt that the two looked the same. You couldn't even step outside of yourself when it came to her sister and keep telling yourself, this is not Gabe. This is not Gabe. I need to be here for her. You couldn't even step outside of yourself to be a support for your wife. The words out of your mouth, she felt like she was punished, and she was, because you were angry, because you felt like her grief for Tracy looked like her grief for Gabe. When I tell you, yeah. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Moving on, let's talk about some housewives. According to the Jasmine brand, Phaedra Park wants Kim Zolciak to return to RHOA. She's TV gold. Phaedra Parks would like to see her former castmate, Kim Zolciak, make a return to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Following Phaedra Parks announcing she would be making a comeback to the Bravo reality series for season 16, she recently shared that she hopes Kim Zolciak decides to rejoin the popular franchise as well. If Kim Zolciak comes back, I think that would be very interesting. Kim is TV gold. She's always been TV gold. Phaedra went on and noted Kim Zolciak's change in lifestyle since last filming for RHOA with the conclusion of season 5. Since then, the 46-year-old went on to lead her own spinoff, Don't Be Tardy, from 2012 to 2020. In addition, she stars in MTV's The Surreal Life. Kim's personal life is also filled with divorce drama as she battles it out with her estranged husband, Roy Bierman, 38. Right now, she's got a lot going on. Who would have thought Kim, who went from 2 daughters, now has got a whole little basketball team of children. She continued by saying, I think everyone would love to see Kim back. Don't speak for me, Phaedra. She's fun. I think it would add an element that the girls wouldn't be expecting. I'm just going to say this. Shout out to our cousin Rodney, because Rodney says it too, and I feel it so deeply because he said he'll never stop saying it, and I have felt the same way. I will never stop talking about the season 10 reunion when she went into that bathroom and said, find another white woman that would sit on the couch, and I'm paraphrasing, and basically allow these Black women to attack her. They were trying to hold you accountable, and what they were doing, they were bringing up things that you did that season. They weren't necessarily saying, you make me feel this way and you make me feel this way. No, they had examples. You did this. You lied about this. You said this about me. And then in the bathroom, she tells Andy they didn't show anything good. Andy says, well, there was nothing good to show. Then he gets on his show. And as he does with housewives, so often with the housewives that don't look like the cast of Atlanta, he flips it. Oh, he didn't necessarily mean that. Because we know how. Well, anyway. So no, she doesn't get to come back. And listen, I'm not one that believes the cast have to be integrated if it's not authentic. If you got an all-white cast and they ain't got no Black friends, don't just drop one, which is what they've done, one Black person, one Black woman or one Asian woman in the cast. If you have an all-Black cast, don't just drop a white woman in the cast or an Asian woman if there's no authentic connection. If there's an authentic connection, by all means, but don't drop them in the cast just to say, see, we're a movement, not a moment. So if there was a white woman out there that was friends with these Atlanta women and they had real connection, by all means, do whatever. But Kim should not be able, doesn't get to come back, and we have to see her in the position that she's in when she always thought she was better than those Black women on the show anyway. So no, Phaedra, you barely made it back, okay? Never would have made it. You barely made it back. Get yourself together, okay? No, we don't want to see Kim. We don't want to see Kim. Moving on, let's talk about another former housewife. This is, again, according to the Jasmine brand. Former reality star Monique Samuels announces her departure from the Good Morning Show. Let's go ahead and I'm going to share this with y'all so y'all can see it.
Whew. Okay, so this is the last time that you will be tapping in with me. Today is my last day as co-host on the Good Morning Show. I've been crying all morning. I decided about a month ago, and I had a very difficult conversation with my team, my tribe, about 3 weeks ago. And I let them know that I decided to officially resign as co-host on Good Morning Show. I finally just made the decision that I need to do what's best for myself and my children and actually bet on myself. I'm pursuing more of my personal goals. In order to grow, you must let go, even when it hurts. I've never had a group of people I've enjoyed more working with, growing with. We've created magic in the studio. We've been vulnerable here on and off air. We have healed here. I have found myself again being in the safe space.
All right, so Monique went on to say, this was her caption, I did a very tough thing today. I said goodbye to radio as a co-host of the At Good Morning Show on WPGC. 3 weeks ago, I broke the news to my team that August 23rd would be my last day, and we've been in tears since. I had to step out on faith once again and choose me by betting on myself and going after the future I see for myself and my children. If only there were more hours in a day. This was by far the hardest thing I had to do, since I completely love and adore my radio tribe who double as family and the amazing listeners of the DMV who show me so much love and support. My outlet for talking, laughing, and sharing will be continued on my YouTube channel, Tea with Monique, which is why I decided to reboot that. My focus will be on my children, homeschooling them for the 4th year, expanding my brand at Mila Eve Essentials, taking on more motivational speaking opportunities, and so much more. The sky is the limit. I have been so open and transparent on every platform as it's the only way I know to be. Y'all have witnessed my growing and shedding old versions of myself in real time. I will continue to share in hopes my story will inspire as I fully embrace this new version of me. I love you all, especially my crew, my soul friends, my fam at Jason Weems Comedy, at Todd B Radio, at DC Arta Radio, at Guy Lambert's News, and the entire WPGC family. Thank you for allowing me to be safe to be me. Hashtag Monique Samuels, hashtags the self challenge, hashtag tea with Monique. So I'm not going to lie, y'all. When I first saw that, I was like, another job that she's not going to be on. What did she get into it with them? Or did they get tired of her? Or did she get tired, walk away? Because I try to be completely honest and transparent with y'all. I've never really seen it for Monique before the Candace stuff, all of that. When she first came on, there was just something about her that I didn't really see. Now, I've always seen it for that face, because gorgeous face card never, ever, ever, ever declines. Always put together. And I did like seeing the different hairstyles that she would wear, the ethnic style, the braids, and she brought that. So I love that. But I was never really a fan of hers. So when she left Housewives, it was fine by me. And then watching Love and Marriage DC, I was like, And it was interesting that a lot of people followed, well, not a lot, but some that followed her over started seeing her differently. But I will say, when she talked about her first season of Love and Marriage DC wanting to do the radio, I thought, oh, maybe this is just something for the show, right? Everyone needs a story technically. So maybe this is hers, just, she wants some independence from Chris. So she's going to get this radio show and then she'll probably not do it anymore. But I saw that she continued to do it. And I'm going to be honest and say it seemed like it really fit her. I've seen clips and different things of the show and heard different clips, but it felt like she was happy there, that suited her, and that she loved doing it. And no matter how I felt about her on The Housewives, I was glad that she was able to find a place that she felt like she, belonged in and fit in and loved doing it. There's nothing like doing what you love. And then on top of that, getting it paid for and liking, who you work with. So I was happy for her with that. It seems like to me, watching the video, that there really was real emotion tied to it. So you got to root for somebody that wants to take a chance and bet on themselves. So I hope everything works out with her betting on herself and focusing on building her own brand, because it does take a lot of courage to do that. Now, it doesn't hurt if you got a settlement, but it also takes courage to not necessarily take the easy way out, whether you have a settlement or not, right? She wants to build her brand. So congratulations to Monique. Good for her. Check this out. Good morning show on WPGC. I'm in the DMV. I'll be at the studio 4 a.m. Hair done, makeup done, everything did on time, behind the mic. Tap, tap. Is this on? Ready to go? Call me. I'm here. Any of y'all know any of the hiring folks over there? Let them know. I'm looking. Is they hiring? Let me know. Y'all, that's all for this particular video. We're going to get into the other stuff that I got into in the half mute video. I won the Beyonce mute challenge on that video. I'm going to get into that in a separate video. But y'all let me know what y'all think about Monique deciding that she was going to walk away from something that she loved to build her brand. Let me know what y'all think about Phaedra talking about Kim Zolciak when she barely, how many episodes is she really in? Like 3? Girl, you came before the season while the season was pretty much wrapped. And now you campaigning for this lady to come back on. And y'all let me know what y'all think about Trina Braxton and her husband Vaughn and what we watched. And I know that we're all sending our love and support and strength to Mariah on the loss of her mother and her sister. All right, y'all. I love y'all so much. I'll be back. I'll talk to y'all later. See ya.